the Mitchell City Council to order. And I will read the little announcement that's required. The public meeting of the Mitchell City Council is being live streamed. The meeting is also being recorded and will be archived on the city's YouTube channel and a link added to the website. This recording is being made in compliance with Indiana's open door law. The recording, along with any agenda and minutes, will be made available for public inspection under the Indiana Access to Public Records Act. The recording will be retained for a minimum of 90 days. This recording is not the official minutes of the meeting, and those in attendance do consent to being recorded. The YouTube channel for Mitchell is City of Mitchell IN. As we call the roll, you can see that Councilman Chris Carlisle and Councilman Zach Terrell are absent this evening. But we still have 3 councilmen here. That's a quorum, so we can go ahead and conduct business. Councilman, you have in front of you a copy of last month's minutes. Take a second to look at that, see if there needs to be any additions or corrections. Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
I'll make the motion to accept the minutes of the April 6th meeting, 2026.
Have a second?
I second it.
All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The minutes have been accepted. Next up, we have Joe Timbrook here. He's representing kind of 2 organizations tonight. The cooperation between Lawrence County Growth Council and Hometown Hiring. So, Joe, I will turn over the program to you. If you come up to the podium there.
Okay. Is it okay if I give you one
Absolutely.
piece of paper? I'm gonna inundate you with a bunch of stuff.
Thank you.
I won't take a long time tonight, but I would like to, first of all, thank you for allowing me to come before you and talk about what we believe is a really great solution for Lawrence County, City of Mitchell, and the surrounding area. As you may know, I worked for the Lawrence County Economic Growth Council for 8 years, until just recently, when grant funds just didn't last as long as we wanted them to. But one of the projects we were working on when I was with the Growth Council was trying to figure out how in the world to find a better way to get people hired in the community. Everybody knows it's a problem. We actually did a hiring survey a year ago, and the results of that survey, I do have a couple if you're interested, but 92% of employers said it is difficult to hire in Lawrence County. We knew that anecdotally, but we started the process of trying to figure out what to do with that. We received a grant from Regional Opportunity Initiatives that covers 11 counties here in southern Indiana. Some of you are familiar with them, to develop a website for local hiring. And after some searching, we connected with a group from DuBois County called Hometown Hiring. You'd be impressed with them. A couple of young bucks that have way more knowledge than maybe any of us when it comes to technology and that kind of thing. But they started in 2021, and it is now by far the biggest hiring solution for DuBois County. So once we found them and got the funding to be able to start working with them, we built Hometown Hiring. And there's over 300 jobs for DuBois County on it now. We're up to about getting close to 40 jobs already in Lawrence County. I've had multiple hires here in Lawrence County, but basically it's a local hiring solution, and whether we like it or not, a lot of it's dependent on social media. And so, I don't know if you've been on your social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, but you'll probably see an ad for a particular position for a particular company. We just added 20 jobs today from North Lawrence Community Schools on Hometown Hiring because they decided to use the platform for their hiring as well. And so it gets out there and it gets everywhere. And, but we only send it to local, about within a 40-mile radius, as far as technology goes, to be able to see it. It is employer driven. Employers can post their jobs on Hometown Hiring. There's a cost structure to that, but it's the least expensive thing compared to all the other ones that are out there. It's very, Hometown Hiring is very proven as far as getting results. I can give you a couple of examples. The Chamber of Commerce is probably the first one. When we were doing a soft run for the website, Luke from Hometown Hiring came in to Bedford for the meeting, and while the executive committee was going on, him and I put the office coordinator job for the chamber on Hometown Hiring, and after the meeting, by about 3 o'clock, we had 7 applicants, and so it gets out there fast and furious, and the applicants, in the end, they had 52 applicants. So Dan had to choose out of those, had some really good ones. One, Olivia is the one they hired, and she is really, really good. So that's what it does. Again, the employers, there's a 3-tiered structure as far as cost is concerned. You either pay per post of a job. First, a lot of small companies, that's the best way to do it. Just when you need it. Some larger companies, there's a middle and an upper tier where you pay for unlimited posting. So for like the school system, for example, lots of openings, and so we don't charge them per post. They just pay a fee for a year, and they can post all they want. And we're local. I'm here representing Lawrence County for Hometown Hiring. So all you have to do is ask me questions. Most of you have my cell phone number and my email, but it's a solution that we really believe is going to work for Lawrence County. There's been 3 so far in Mitchell that have signed up with us and have had a great response from applicant standpoint there. And we have schools, banks, manufacturers, all across the board that are starting to sign up. And once they touch it, it's one of those things like, especially for people as old as me, I can't see it till I touch it, you know, and it's so simple to post and get applicants, and the response has been tremendous. And so the reason I'm here is just to tell you we're partnering with the Growth Council in this process. We're just not a normal business in Lawrence County necessarily, but we've created that partnership. I mean, I will also tell you that we had a conversation today that we're in the works with WBIW, and you know how they have a job board on WBIW. Not very many posts, openings, and so they're going to be our partner, and Hometown Hiring will also go through them as well. And we all like to look at WBIW and see what's happening, whether who got arrested or what's going on. So that partnership is evolving with Holly, and we're excited about that. Trying to really limit how many options there are in the committee so people aren't confused, make it really, really simple. Most people use Indeed. If you saw the survey, you will see, but it's kind of like the necessary evil because there's nothing else out there, and it's messy, and it's just, especially if you're a single employer, like a small employer, it's super messy, and this is not. This is so simple and easy. So just want to make you aware that it's out there. You'll see it. You'll see stuff coming through WBIW. You'll probably see those yard signs. I don't know if you remember when the Growth Council started the GED or HSE program, and getmyhse.org, man, we put out 100 of those yard signs in Lawrence County. Actually, one of the sports team to do it, but it helps. That really kicks in. You probably see some of those, plus some other things, maybe even billboards, because that is a way that we think that you, if you're a business owner or as the city, will be able to find the people locally that you need. So we're just tickled about it. It's been in the planning phase for a long time, but we wanted to do it right, And we found these partners in Luke and Donald that, just are, will change to do whatever. We're gonna add internships, apprenticeships, everything that we can, so it's a one-stop place for us here in Lawrence County. Maybe you don't want a job necessarily, but you want an internship. Those can be posted on there as we develop it this summer. So, just wanted to share that with you tonight, and let you know we're working hard on it. It was a priority for us at the Growth Council to try to figure out, Growth Council does the Introduction to Local Jobs and Skills class, very successful. Literacy they're working on now, with SOAR Plus. I'm make sure Kathy will get me if I don't get that right. SOAR Plus, and then working in with the school systems. There's an article in WBIW today about the partnership with the Growth Council and the school systems on career planning and career coaching. So lots of good things continuing to happen. And so thank you for the support of the Growth Council. Thanks to you that attend every month. And now I get to sit on the board with you instead of looking at it from the other side, so, which is kind of cool. But just want to make you aware, thank you for your support. We want everyone to have the easiest time hiring local people that fit their needs that we can. So, can I answer any questions?
I think it's a good deal, it's a good deal to be able to transition and with the flow into the employers and stuff like that, back and forth.
It's taken a while to lay the foundation, because employers will look at it for a bit and go, and that kind of thing, because they're used to doing what they do, even though they're frustrated as all get out. And so, but once they, and I'm not gonna lie to you, we've probably given a free post away here and there, just so somebody can see what it can do, and that has worked extremely well. And so, we're in it to make this it's a sustainable deal. It's not based on grants. See, that's the best part. I think the Lawrence County Commissioner asked me the other night, this isn't based on grants, is it? We know about all we know about that experience, right? And it is not. Now it's all set up. That was based on a grant, but now that it's sustainable all on its own. And so just want to share that with you. I'm always here to answer questions, or if you want to, Larry, thank you for referring a company to us, and we got them to sign up, and working through some bugs with them. Every company is different. I have found out in doing this process, and some of them are really technical, and some are really not, So it's been interesting, but I think it's one of the best things that we can do in Lawrence County to get people employed. And typically you can see that reflected at the unemployment rate. That's not always the best indicator. There's lots of reasons for an unemployment rate, but the more people we get hired and working, more taxes. Yeah, to do the stuff we need to do, right? Still economic development, in the long run. So, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I'll leave that with you in case. Okay, thank you.
Okay, we can move on to old business. Need to do the second reading and then approval of the cumulative capital development fund. I'll just do a real shorthand on the second hand reading. This is notice to taxpayers of hearing on proposed cumulative capital development fund. Notice is hereby given to the taxpayers of the city of Mitchell, Lawrence County, Indiana, that Mitchell City Council will consider the establishment of a cumulative capital development fund under the provisions of Indiana Code for the following purposes. The tax will be levied on all taxable real and personal property within the taxing district and will not exceed a nickel per $100 of assessed valuation. The proposed fund will be levied beginning with taxes due and payable in the year 2027. Taxpayers appearing at such hearing have right to be heard thereon. The proposed tax rate for the cumulative capital development fund is subject to certification by the Department of Local Government Finance. Within 30 days of the adoption of the fund by the Mitchell City Council, the City of Mitchell will publish a notice of adoption And upon notice of this adoption, 25 or more taxpayers in the district may file a petition with the county auditor not later than noon 30 days after publication of the notice of adoption, setting forth their objections to proposed fund. So that is the second reading. We'll point out that on the first reading, we mentioned the fact that property tax rate that we're aware of is gonna go down 8 cents per $100 assessed valuation, so there will still be a reduction in your property tax even with this 5-cent cumulative capital development fund, which we feel is very important due to the fact that it will let us start saving money to replace capital expenditures that are necessary, and it's always hard to come up with the larger amounts of money, and this will help in a big way. Any questions regarding that?
I'm good with it.
All right, then I would ask for a motion to adopt this fund.
I'll make a motion that we adopt the proposed cumulative capital development fund that we've presented.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, that can be adopted. I know the next step is, I think we still have to have a public hearing and advertise it in the newspaper, but we have at least done this first step. Okay, let's see, we've got a note here on Bloom Healthcare. Bloom Health and Wellness, nurse practitioner Stephanie Fry held a ribbon cutting and open house this past Saturday. She was extremely pleased with the response, and she wanted me to thank the Chamber of Commerce and especially the City of Mitchell for their assistance in getting her business started. It was what she has done there. She's made quite an investment. It's very impressive. If you get a chance, if you have not been inside there and stop sometime and they are able to show you around, you'll be really impressed what they've done, how much money and investment she's made in our community. So I think that's a great thing.
They, my understanding, she's eventually gonna set up where she can do lab work, is that correct?
She's already got most of the equipment in there. As she builds her practice, she hopes to add lab work, cause I asked specifically, cause I have to have blood draws every now and then, and she said, oh yeah, we'll be able to do that, and send it to your doctor, wherever that doctor is. And, she also, by her title, wellness, she wants to eventually bring in someone for mental, health, as she grows. I mean, she's got the rooms already set up, so, I mean, she's got a good business plan.
She tied in with, she tied into all the hospitals or just?
She can work with all of them in the area, and I'm not sure which doctor is her overseer. I know that every nurse
But she can.
practitioner has a specific doctor that has to sign off on what they're doing. Alright, move on to, under new business. Update on the city pool and playground. In preparation for the city pool opening on May 23rd, the following repairs and upgrades have been made. A major leak under the floor in the storage room was located and has been repaired. Pool has been scraped and painted. Also, repairs have been done where some of the tile edging on the water return system were broken off. We are converting the chlorination system from tablets to liquid bleach. It's much easier to use, and the chemicals will be less costly because we'll be bringing in big tanks rather than wrestling 55-gallon drums of tablets. Okay, current total for fundraising efforts on a new all-inclusive playground currently stands at $25,876.25. The first goal that we are trying to reach is $50,000 by year end to receive a $50,000 match from the Lawrence County Community Foundation. At the same time, we will continue pursuing grant funding. Unfortunately, I did get informed this week that one grant that I had submitted through a Congresswoman was not granted to us. We did get a grant from her office last year for the trail work, so they tried to spread the money around their district, so we did not get anything there, but that doesn't mean that we won't continue to try looking for other grants. The current playground has been inspected by a certified playground consultant. He identified some repairs that we could make that will fix some of the safety concerns that have resulted from the age of the structure. I went over there about an hour and a half ago. We already have removed the chain bridge, which was the #1 issue for the inspector. And we've replaced that with just a walkway. Instead of the chain bridge had the sway in it, and we just built a straight walkway. So, and I walked across it, so if I got across it, the kiddies will be just fine.
Didn't have to call in the hospital.
No, didn't have to call for help, so. No, it was very solid. They did a really good job on that. We have some other items that need work on, but we'll get to them here shortly.
Our guys doing that.
Our guys are doing, they're working it in, as weather permits. Okay, any questions on either one of those? All right, I'll move on to the next two items, which are basically bookkeeping items. I will note here that I made an error when I gave this information to Lori to print, where it says transfer remaining ARPA funds. The closed account should be up on that line. We're closing that account. And on the next line where it says void stale checks, that would not be closing a bank account. So, forgive me for being dyslexic. Okay, the both have to be done by resolution. The first resolution is for permission for Vicky to transfer remaining funds from an old ARCA account to the general fund. Let's see if I've got that here. Okay, you all have a copy of that, so I will just read the fact that it says this is a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Mitchell, Indiana, authorizing closure of a bank account and transfer of funds. Whereas the Common Council of the City of Mitchell has determined that it is in the best interest of the municipality to close certain bank accounts, whereas the account in question identified as the ARPA account with the ending number of 8801. This will be deposited back into the general account and will maintain a separate fund listing. Are there any questions on that?
Vicky, approximately how much is in that fund left over?
I think it's around 29,000.
29,000?
Yes. I can get you the exact total, but that's pretty
Okay,
close.
That's close. Close enough for hand grenades and horseshoes.
Okay, any questions? Like I said, you have a copy of it, so are there any other questions regarding that resolution?
And this is just to simplify bookkeeping. We had a bunch of separate small individual accounts that we don't need, and that we weren't supposed to have any account that we couldn't write checks out of, and that's how this account was set up. So previously they were doing cashier's checks out of it, so if we put this in the general fund, we can do like a regular check. Yeah, so it's just, again, it's just a little housekeeping thing to simplify the process.
Okay, I'll make a motion on the resolution of common council, to authorize closure of bank accounts and funds transferred for the ARPA and the other accounts as needed, so.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, that resolution can be taken care of.
And then I will number all these when we're through, since there's 4 of them that are all there together, so.
Okay.
All Alright, next is void stale checks. Find my paperwork on that, okay, that's another resolution that will have to be approved by the council. I'll just read the first part, it says, whereas there are still outstanding checks for City of Mitchell to various utility customers and patrons that are more than 2 years old and are therefore highly unlikely ever to be negotiated by these recipients. And whereas the clerk treasurer of the City of Mitchell would like to avoid said stale checks to better maintain accurate, up-to-date current account balances, now therefore the common council of the City of Mitchell resolves as follows. If you have a copy there, you can see that this covers several different funds. The sewer fund has a total of checks of $174.87. And a lot of these are people that in several cases have passed on, or they have moved and we have no way of getting in contact with them. Or possibly some people may have just lost their check and totally forgot about it. But it does say down here underneath, and this is the case with all these other departments, which I'll read in a second. We're asking giving the clerk treasurer permission to remove the above checks from the outstanding obligations of the city and to adjust the city accounts accordingly. However, in the event that a person entitled to the above funds makes a timely claim for payment in the future, the council can consider to fulfill that claim. If someone shows up and says, oh yes. Also, let's see, under the water fund, there were more checks there, and that totaled $2,936.67. And then under the general fund, several checks, and that totaled $4,270.43. Like I said, everything is 2 years old, but the provision is there if someone does show up at a later date and they have any kind of valid reason, the council can certainly approve payment of those amounts.
That's fair enough.
So, are there any questions regarding that resolution? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve this resolution.
I'll make a motion that we approve the resolution to take care of the outstanding checks that are listed in these three funds.
Do you have a second?
I'll second.
All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, we will get that resolution taken care of as well. Okay, establishing an annexation ordinance. We do not have a set procedure. It's been so long since I guess anything's been annexed into the city. But to begin the story, Brian Singh has petitioned for annexation of he has purchased the Edwards Heating and Cooling property at the intersection of Highway 37 and 60 across from CVS. And he has petitioned the city to annex that, and it's a single parcel, and he's the only person, he and his business would be the only person there, to be annexed into the city. Currently, he owns the Keg Liquor Store that's located in the strip mall on Wilkins Way next to Dippy's. He intends to move this store to the current Edwards Heating and Cooling location, as it is a much higher traffic area. The council needs to pass an ordinance establishing the super voluntary annexation procedure for the city. This ordinance lists all necessary steps and requirements to annex property per Indiana state codes. That was sent out by email to each of the councilmen this afternoon. Since we're missing 2 councilmen, I think it's best that we just consider this the first reading, and then we can do the second and final reading when the rest of the council is here. Plus it'll give 30 days time to
Review.
to think about it and review. I will mention that once he moves, right now he's leasing where he is. And once he moves, there will be another business already in line to take that location, so we will gain a business. So, that's a positive thing. We're not adding, a liquor license. We still have, the city of Mitchell has 3 liquor licenses, so we're not adding another, we're just changing locations for one, so.
And I think one of the reasons he was wanting that area annexed is because with it being outside the city, then the county doesn't issue liquor license.
Correct.
So that's where his need is, so. But,
Okay, let's see here. See if I can do a cliff notes on that. I think I already did. Give that enough, Greg?
Yeah, I think so. This just establishes a procedure for someone who's voluntarily willing
Okay,
and doesn't approve anything.
okay, yeah.
Probably need to make a passage tonight, right? Second, and third passage next month.
Okay. Yeah, he, like I said, Greg has provided the entire framework, everything that we have to go through. The public meetings, the fact that it has to be contiguous land, all the state stipulations, and I've glanced through it, and it looks to be that, there'd be no problem with it. Cause on the other side of the highway, CVS and Subway are both inside city limits, and they're on the other side of the state highway as well, so I can't see that should create a problem.
as far as any utilities are, of course, they've been operating there for years, but with all the utilities, do we have to do anything extra, or everything's in place?
Everything's in
So
place.
It's not gonna cost us.
So that is one of the things that's in this ordinance is a financial plan of, in other words, what would it cost us to annex the property? How much money do we have to lay out? In this case, all the utilities are there, and, and there's no city street. I mean, he has a driveway that comes down to Old State Road 37, or State Road 60, so we don't have to maintain a street. So I don't see but very little, additional cost to the city. And we will gain a little bit of tax money because it will be inside the city limits. Any further questions? Like I said, this is just the initial.
I'm okay.
George? You
I
good?
don't see any.
Good to go for the first reading?
Good.
Okay.
good
Someone
to
wants to make a motion on the first reading being acceptable?
I'll make a motion on the first reading for the annexation ordinance. It's been stipulated with the sample that we've been given, and, to go forward with that.
All right, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right. As I said, we will do the second and third and at the next meeting when hopefully the rest of the council is here, and plus you've had a chance to fully consider that. I mean, that was a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of things in there, but I believe that we'll have no trouble following the guideline.
So what's gonna be okay, so this is the first reading we just did here. So next meeting, we have second and third. Then after that, we're gonna have public hearing.
There has to be a petition submitted for the annexation by the property owner first. This just
Okay.
establishes the procedure they have to follow.
Gotcha, okay.
And, so there'd be another ordinance and public hearing on the specific annexation, the property request to annex certain property.
Okay, alright, gotcha.
Sounds good.
Well, I didn't see anyone sign in, so, any other thoughts, council has? motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor?